What's up, crew? This is Jochen Hayden, and you're back with the Desert Wolf versus Wirraway Ace War in the Pacific campaign. This is scenario 1 with stacking limits, and today we're looking at December 13th, 1942. You guys see those Japanese ships near Tagula? Wonder what they're going to be doing. I'm eating fruit snacks. I stole up for my kids. Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's any kind of night naval engagement so far. Uh-oh. Remember the Nepal was damaged last turn by Japanese heavy cruisers near Koko. See, it's yeah, it's not gonna make it, guys. Look at that! Look at that! Those Japanese ships are in Tagula now. They're in the hex. Something's over there on the west coast, huh? Man, the Japanese are really trying to do something out there in the Indian Ocean. There's constantly ships involved there. All right, we're back into the airface here. This is the AM side of it. I'm gonna get through this pretty quick unless there's something to say. Oh. See you later, Oscars. You're out of here, man. This is not enough cap to stop a sweep of P-38s. Well, my guess here is that these those key 43s are goners. Let's see. Yeah. Well, okay. As expected, they lost a lot of aircraft, but the P-38s don't get away scot-free. So there you go. You know, it's weird. This says 22 P-38s here, but only 14 here. So what happened to the rest of them? Okay, Betty's coming in. Severe storms and hex. The bombing accuracy will be poor. Okay, well, that was a little better. All right, let's keep going. Oh, Sonya's. Useless. Okay, B-17's hitting to void. There's some Oscars over the target. My guess is that these Oscars do nothing to these B-17s. Yep, nothing to them. And Tavoy is hit. I think this is great. I think DesertWolf needs to be using his bombers like this and not attacking ground targets. And he's capped. It's like not even there. Okay, B-17s have clear sky over Nauru. This might be ugly. And it wasn't. And it wasn't, actually. It wasn't bad at all for them. Just a bunch of disabled units, nothing destroyed. Alright. More ground attacks on the base at Tavoy. Ooh. Oh! Oh! What? What the heck, man? Why didn't the Zeros intercept? This is an oil attack. That's what this is. Are these Zeros gonna get to do anything? How'd the bombers get in? Well, the bombers get in, hit the oil. They get in without being intercepted, which I don't understand. I don't understand why they didn't attack initially. So they only got attacked on the outbound leg, and only one claim is destroyed right now. Oh. Ooh. I still say these guys get through with minimal losses because that's just been par for the course. Let's see what happens with this. Maybe one shot down, but nothing crazy. Oh. Oh. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, wow. Whoa. Okay, for once the Zeros actually did something. A couple were destroyed on the ground, but at least 6 B-24s taken out over K Island. Maybe even more than that. So this is the first time I've actually seen a Japanese cap able to do anything. See, 11,000 feet. Group patrol altitude is 35,000 feet. Yeah, they don't they don't want to get swept by a bunch of a P-38s, yeah. More B-24s. Let's see if this cap can do some more damage here. Come on, let's get some. Let's stop these guys. Come on, let's see what happens here. Looks like one was destroyed. More aircraft lost in the ground. One B-24 claim destroyed. The little fragment is coming in here. And they shoot down another Ki-43. Overall, very successful fighter sweep over to Void today. More Bettys. I I would think there's a better use for these Bettys than bombing in China. I mean, this is the premier Japanese naval land-based bomber. Like, torpedo bomber. Why is it not dropping torpedoes? I don't know. I don't think this is the best use of these Bettys, given their capabilities. There's your AM phase. Oh boy. It just sank, guys. It just sank. The Norman just I'm sorry, the Nepal just sank. That had to be it. Man, a lot of ships operating near Coco's there. Okay, we're in a PM phase now. Now, the PM phase was quite quiet. So, let's see what kind of ground combat we get this turn. Oh, it's not sunk yet? Then what was it? It's not the Chevalier, guys. It was definitely the Nepal. We heard a ship sinking sound. It must have been Japanese then. I thought it was that one. What did the Japanese have that would have sunk? I don't even know. Alright, let's see what we get. Land combat. Okay, bombardment attack. Nobody cares. Nope. Not enough. Bombardment attack here. Not that great. Bombardment attack into Gula. Allied deliberate attack, ailing Lap Lap. Ooh. 41 to 4, but adjusted 1 to 3. Okay. The Japanese just take all the casualties, none for the Allies, but heavy disruption and no supply. That's a problem. Okay, LM bombardment at Nauru. Pretty even there. And that's it. Yeah, all right. Well, this turn was pretty calm. We could probably, when I go through and take a look at the backside of this thing, I can probably spend more time looking around the periphery today since nothing really happened in the middle part. And that's good. That's fine. Not every turn's going to be a banger, Let's see if we get any kind of new arrivals here. Oh, destroyer. Troop carrier squadron. And a minesweeper. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're back. What a fun turn. A lot of activity this time. Let's start looking at the activity. Okay. Intelligence report. Aircraft losses today. Bad day, but it wasn't all that bad for the Japanese. It was kind of close. For this turn today, we had, unfortunately, 12 Oscars blasted out of the sky by that P-38 sweep. That wasn't so great. But a lot of B-24s lost today, and it's about dang time that these guys start getting shot up, because it's just getting a little obnoxious to me that these B-24s get to run amok through the marshals, and the Japanese interceptors can't do anything. But they did something today. So no zeros were lost in the air, just a couple on the ground because the bombers did get through. But 10 B-24s is a lot for one turn. It looks like 2 P-38s were lost and 2 LB-30s, and these are irreplaceable. Once they're gone, they're gone. Yeah, so kind of a lot of, let's see, 11, 15 4-engine bombers this turn for the Allies. That's kind of a high rate of loss. So 19 aircraft losses. Of those, a lot of pilots lost too. 12 pilots lost and 2 wounded. So that's kind of a high casualty rate. All right, continuing on, looking at the Army loss points for this turn. 6 for the Allies, 1 for the Japanese. All right, and looking at ships sunk this last turn. Weird, I could have sworn we just saw something last turn said the RO-60 was not sunk, and now it's sunk again. So who knows? It said it sank near Babel. I doubt it. I wouldn't trust this at all. And unfortunately, the Nepal did go down this turn. We didn't think it was going to last out there near Cocos anyway, and it finally did sink. All right, looking at the political points for this turn, DesertWolf did gain 50. Turn overall, Japanese gained 11 points, but their win ratio continues to fall to 1.595. So they're still holding on, but it's slowly eroding every day. Whoa! Where's this going? I think my game's been drinking. All right, let's take a look at combat report for this turn. On the sea, no activity. On the ground, we had a bombardment at Tagula, bombardment at Nauru, ailing Lap Lap. Check this out. We had the what do we have here? Another Allied deliberate attack. Okay, it did wear down the Japanese even more, but the Allies are heavily disrupted and low on supplies. So this is going to grind to a halt until they get some reinforcements. Let's take a look at that right now. So these guys are out of supply, and disruption is very, very high. So it may be in the best interest of the parachute regiments here, battalions rather, to wait for reinforcements and resupply before they hit this again, because they are really not in a good condition to press this attack. All right, and then just the usual Japanese bombardments in China, accomplishing very little. Air attacks. Tavoy, obviously we had P-38 sweep here, and it was very damaging to the Japanese. They were not able to deal with that too great. And then from there, we had B-17s coming in, damaging the base after the sweep. At K Island, B-24s hitting it and actually taking losses for once. At least 11 to 12 Liberators shot down over K. You can't be taking those losses every turn. So, not a good day for American 4-engine bombers. Some stuff in Nauru, nothing substantial. Babo, this was kind of a different one. So this is over here in the Dutch East Indies in Dutch New Guinea. And it's an oil center for the Japanese, but it's not that critical, you know. There's not a lot of oil that comes out of there, and I'm assuming the LB-30s came out of. Wow, they came out of here from Daily Waters. That's quite a flight, huh? And these guys are beat up pretty bad. They've taken a lot of losses here, and as you can see, there are no replacement aircraft for these, so they're just gonna have to wait for something else. But they lost, I think, 2 LB-30s on this attack, so I don't think it was worth it for whatever they hit. It's saying 4 oil hits, but Intel's not showing anything. A couple attacks in China, nothing substantial. A lot of Sonya stuff. So a pretty quiet day in the air overall. So again, let's see here. Radar transmissions at... Oh, look at this. My favorite, the Kuril Islands. I love this island chain. I would love to see some action here at some point in the war. The Japanese are busy at Paramashiro. Another at Shimoshiri Jima. Doing something out here. Looks like we have an air defense regiment moving to Truk. I think Wirraway is planning for the inevitable, right? At some point, K may fall, and we talk Ponape, and then Truk will be under the constant onslaught of the American 400 bombers flying out of these bases. So he's moving as much AA as possible in here to prep for that eventuality. Okay, located. Anything good here? Nope, that's not that important. That's not that important. Oh, a rapid fire gun battalion is located at Paramashiro. Again, another unit that we know is now there. That place is very heavily fortified now. Anti-tank guns, anti-aircraft, a full infantry division. There's a lot of stuff there. That's not important. That's not important either. Okay. Ops report. So I've already gone through this, and I only saw a couple things I want to look at. First one is this DD Hobby at San Francisco. I was just curious what class of ship it was. And the Hobby is a Bristol class, which is, from my recollection, a variation of the Benson, Gleaves, Livermore. There's a bunch of subclasses of these ships, but they're all basically the same thing. I just call them all Bensons. That's what I know them as the best. If you call it a Benson, you're going to get it close enough. Because the differences between the Bristol, the Benson, the Gleaves, and the Livermore are superficial, minor. Same basic layout, just little changes in the machinery spaces, stuff like that. Not worth even talking about. Alright, what else we got? That's not important. Let's look at pilots. So we had a lot of kills here. These guys of the 39th Fighter Squadron are P-38 pilots, and I do believe they're operating out of P-38s. Where are the P-38s? I know they're on here somewhere. There they are. 39th Fighter Squadron. This unit is probably one of the most productive units on the map for the Allies. Look at the kills they've had. 88. Now, they've had a lot of losses, but I'm sure a lot of these losses were had when they had different aircraft equipped. They haven't been flying P-38s the whole time, to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure they started off with something else. Anyway, they're doing very well. And the list of pilots that are just absolutely awesome continues to grow. Look at that. Multiple aces in the squadron. All of these guys would be eligible for TRACOM if they wanted to. So, just an awesome unit. I always like to see these guys do well. And I like to see these numbers turn green. That's my favorite, is seeing green numbers for pilots. So, these guys had a great day over Tavoy. Yep. And that's basically it for the ops support. I don't think I saw anything else that I thought was important, other than a lot of mentions of the Nepal flooding and dying. But we kind of knew that anyway. And there's basically zero opposition here for the Cocos. So whatever the Japanese are trying to do, they can do it at will. I don't really know what they're trying to do. As you can see, the unit is actually in supply, all of them. Disruption's kind of high, but, you know, that doesn't really matter if they're not invading. So, I would not want to be the Japanese trying to invade this place. And at some point, if he doesn't knock it off, he's going to attract some bad attention, right? There is a substantial amount of Allied naval power up here in Colombo. Probably enough to deal with anything short of battleships. And you know what? If I think Wirraway is playing with fire here. I think he kind of needs to either do something or leave it alone. because so far his efforts out here have been kind of ineffectual. And yeah, he's killed a few ships, but I think he's gonna kind of poke the bear a little too much down here and start something he doesn't want to finish. Anyway, let's press on. We'll do it China. Again, in China, there is nothing to discuss here. A couple bombardments and that's it. I don't see any additional movement by the Japanese at this point. We did see these guys making an effort to come up this road here. Oh. What's that? What? Well, guys, you want a little secret? I think I just found a bug. Look at this. We know there's Japanese units in this hex, right? Look at this. Where's it at? Oh, now it's not going to do it. Oh, look, there it goes. See? When I put my mouse over the spot where the Japanese icon would be, it tells me there's something there. See? It's probably a bug. I wonder if there's anywhere else that does that. Ah! Who cares? Okay, whatever. Maybe that's not worth even looking at, but there's nothing to look at in China. Burma, I don't see anything worth talking about. We did have a good sweep and bombing attack on Tavoy, and again, I did mention in previous videos that I thought it would be better for DesertWolf to start targeting the bases, because bombing the troops in the field was not effective at all. We weren't getting the return on that I thought we should. So, swapping over to bombing the airfields was a better option. So that was really good. Let's keep on doing that in Burma. All right, let's continue here. Not much to see here. We already talked about Cocos. Let's see, we get some ships here. What are these? Nothing important. All right. Taking a look at the Solomons here. I'm just kind of mousing around. I don't see anything super telling from the Japanese side. Whatever ship was down here in Tagula is gone now. And it looks like DesertWolf just brought up this Bancroft, which appears to be another one of these Bristols. Again, a Benson. It's up here doing a patrol over Tagula just to make sure that any of these Japanese incursions don't go unchecked. So we do have this guy here now to maintain a little bit of security over Tagula. In the meantime, the troops here are resting up. The fatigue levels are down to basically what you would expect for the malaria zone. And the malaria zone, as you may recall me mentioning previously, well, that's not it. It would be weather. Anything in this yucky baby poop color stuff is going to be malaria zone. And in the malaria zone, you take higher disruption and fatigue because these guys are just dealing with crappy weather, really humid, bugs everywhere. It's just the worst crap to be in. So that's why these numbers are like this. But these numbers look about as good as you're going to get from malaria zone. So maybe time to reinitiate the attacks on Tagula and Rossel Island. These guys, same thing. One unit is pretty disrupted. The rest seem to be regular malaria zone. Maybe time to start hitting the Japanese again. Okay, here we go. The American carriers are still on the way to Melbourne, and I don't get it. I was really expecting these guys to head north to deal with the Kido Butai, and this is definitely not the way to go. So I have no idea where they're going or why they're going. DesertWolf hasn't told me, and if you're listening, DesertWolf, don't tell me. I'd rather just kind of watch and figure it out myself, because right now I don't have a clue. If you guys have a clue, let me hear what it is, because I don't know. Okay, so here's what we know. The Kido Butai has to be around here somewhere. I think it's just out of range of American spotting, and Wirraway is no fool. He knows where the American recon planes are at, so he's probably standing off just outside that range, right? I would think, because they're not sighted. But we know that a lot of of these guys are being detected by ASW aircraft, which appear to be Kates. But as I'm talking, I just kind of just talk myself out of something. The Kates actually could be coming from K Island here. That could be who's spotting it. So the Kido Butai may actually not be here right now. I said they were just outside of range. They may not actually be here because all this spotting can be coming from K Island. So for all I know, Kido Butai pulled back the truck to refuel. They're not in range of anything. So I don't know where the KB's at. It's been a couple turns since we've actually seen them in action. So that could be a little concerning. They could be diverting down this way. They could be going... I don't know where they're going. So Kido Butai is not sighted. We don't know where they're going. They could be hanging out near Ponape. They could be up near Anahuitok. We just don't know. So it's going to be very important that we reestablish the location of that. In the meantime, though, DesertWolf is not playing any games, and he's not taking any chances, and he's pulled back quite a bit of his ships to safer harbors where he has a buffer zone of time before these guys can actually react. In the meantime, though, these guys are still not heading north. So I'm wondering if DesertWolf has now come to the same conclusion that I have, that the Kido Butai has left the area and there's no longer a major threat requiring the use of his carriers to come up here. Before I end this video, I do want to try to figure out what could possibly be here to make this make sense. Oh. Oh. Do you think that maybe DesertWolf might be planning an invasion of Port Moresby? Obviously, these guys are ready for it, right? And that's quite a bit of force to send that way. I'm trying to see if I can determine... Well, there's plenty of APs there. Do you think that maybe he's bringing the carriers down to Melbourne to pick up these two Australian divisions and transport them with air cover to Port Moresby for an invasion there? I think that's possible. And if you look at what the Japanese have, they only have 6,400 troops here. This seems to have pretty decent detection. Well, 3 out of 10 is not great, but it doesn't appear that they have a huge garrison here. And let's see what these guys got. These are pretty decent troops here. I wonder if he's going to go for it. Is there anything else that's planning for Port Moresby? There's some units here. These guys are all training for Port Moresby. A base force for Port Moresby. Lunga. I don't know, guys. The only thing that I could see that makes any sense at all for these guys to come all the way to Melbourne would be to escort these troops on ships towards Port Moresby, but at the same time, why would you go this far south? Wouldn't it just make sense to rail these troops up to like Brisbane or all the way to Townsville or something? Because you can get them all by rail all the way up here. So, okay, I don't even know if this theory makes any sense. I have no idea why his carriers are going here. Yeah, he's got troops that are planning for Port Moresby, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't know what's going on. So I'd love to hear in the comments what you think. DesertWolf, don't tell me. Let us figure it out if you're watching this. But I am stumped. I'll catch you guys on the next one.